This is the NFL on EA Sports. We're 10 miles south of downtown LA as you get a look inside SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood.
From the West Coast, we're coming to you live from the NFL's newest and the world's most expensive stadium. State-of-the-art SoFi here in Inglewood, California. Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And here we go from LA. Darius Davis to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Gives to Montgomery to start the drive. And it took a couple of guys to hold him down there after a gain of just 1.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Hauled in left side. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Chased out to his right. He's going to keep it this time. And he's out of bounds, up at his own 45.
You know, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, and then you're looking for that 1st down marker. He found one of the two, but the defense and that effort swarming after him, well, it denies the 1st down.
Play fake, it's Love. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He was looking for Mark Andrews. And now it's 3rd and short. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball. But to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
That one's intercepted. Jack Jones has got it. And the Colts will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
First couple snaps, first drive of the game, it's all about who can land that opening punch. Gain that first advantage in a game-long back and forth. Well, that opening punch was a solid cross, maybe even an uppercut that caught him right on the job and sets an immediate tone for this defense.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
That's caught for the first. 30. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden, we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. And not much for him there. He's down to the 15-yard line. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Off the play fake, here's Richardson. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The Colts pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. On return, here comes Davis. He's got a lane up past the 30. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he's stopped. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Isaac Arindo. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
From the 41. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
This is caught. Looks like he stayed in bounds, too. Great work. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Throwing on first down, Love. Throwing deep for the end zone. Wide open, downfield. Got it. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers get it down to a single point. Dicker tacks on the extra point. And the Chargers tie this game 7-7. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Rolling from the pistol, Richardson. Looking right, and he finds it. And he is hit hard shortly after that catch. Great job hanging on to that, but only a small gain on that play. 2nd down carry for Taylor. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Chris Jenkins Jr. there on the tackle. No gain on that one, and now it's 3rd and 8.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We're back to SoFi right after this. Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Colts have the football. They have 3rd down and 8. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. That's going to fall incomplete. Either way, he was breaking it up. Couldn't hang on to the pick, so hits the ground, brings up 4th down. The Colts ready for the punt. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. It's fielded at the 14. And he puts together a nice little return there before they're able to bring him down. This one returned for 11 yards. And the Chargers take possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Garindo. He'll cobble together a yard there. Making the stop that time, Nick Cross. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. From the pistol, here's Love. He's on the move. Throwing on the run, deep down that left. They connect on the deep shot. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Takes the handoff, now Love. On the move, headed right. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Now about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
On first down, they'll run with Montgomery. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up second and
Throwing with a blitz on the way. And he finds him in the end zone for an LA touchdown. The Chargers take a second quarter lead. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft it and try to stick him deep. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
at their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. And he's almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Rashawn Gary with that tackle.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Complete beyond the marker. It's a pickup of 26. And it'll be first down, Colts.
Okay, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. Without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And defenders continue to swarm over to get him at the line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Richardson on third. And he rocks the tackler. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
They've got first down from the 31. Motioning in the tight end now. Richardson now on first and 10. Forced out to his right. On target to his man Taylor. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. That was Xavier McKinney that time with the tackle.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Play action with Richardson. That's caught. He found some space. And he takes it in for the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts earn the chance to tie before halftime. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. So the back does the work that time, Brock, taking it in for the touchdown.
Yeah, a running back in space can be an awfully dangerous weapon on a football field. Whether that's a designed route to him, a check down, you see what can happen, what kind of damage the elite running backs in this league can do.
That one splits the uprights. And the Colts tie things up at 14. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. We'll pause here. There's someone injured after that play. And, yeah, it's their tight end, Mark Andrews. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Love out of the shotgun. This into the hands of Will Dissly. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
Looking for his wide receiver there. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Love from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. No return on that punt. And the Colts have a long football field ahead of them on this drive. Just 25 seconds remaining as they get all set up for 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney.
Oh, he was looking, Kate. He was trying to find a lane, but just simply nowhere to go. I don't think he'll be too heartbroken heading to the sidelines, though. He still made the play, took the ball away, got his defense off the field, and now sets his offense up for success.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. So that brings up 2nd down. Throwing, Love. He finds McConkey. And he's out of bounds just inside the red zone. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Escapes the pocket. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
The Chargers sending out Dicker the kicker to add 3 to the board. This is a 35-yard look from the right hash. Browns kick is up and good. And they've taken back the lead. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Starting from the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. Runs into traffic and hits a wall, no gain. Making the tackle there, Joey Bosa. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Finds his fullback. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Taylor now up the middle. And he could only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. He puts some power on a deep one left. Into a ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. And the Chargers get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. In this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Love. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Handoff headed left, Montgomery. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length.
And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
The screen pass falls incomplete. Looking for the back that time. So that brings up 4th and long.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Brown's kick is up and good. And that'll double their lead to 6.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2-for-2 for this kicker.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Off the play fake. Here's Richardson. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And it's scooped up by the Chargers. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. Flush down out to his left. And after all that, he still can't get rid of it. They get there and drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
We've got enough data now through the years to understand that an explosive play on offense more often than not leads to scoring. We also know if you can create a negative play defensively. In a tightly contested game like this, every play matters. And to get that negative play, put this offense on their heels, exactly what this defense needed. Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Love now to throw. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down. The Chargers sending out Dicker the kicker to add 3 to the board. From the left hash, this would be 43 yards. Brown's kick is up and good. And that'll make it a 2-score game.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. His return starts at the 5. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Taylor trying the left side. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
short. It's second down now. Now Richardson to throw. Caught quickly on the slant. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Unable to find Adonai Mitchell with that one. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Chargers territory.
You know, Kay, that is the epitome of trust right there. Right, when the ball is let out of his hands, I think everybody on the sidelines in the stadium went, because you throw it in double coverage. And you may question the decision, but it's tough to challenge it when it produces results like that.
He slides down with enough to pick up that first. That's good for 7 yards. And it'll be first down, Colts.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
And he could have a free play here. He sends this one to the end zone. They connect on the deep shot. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. But now all eyes going to turn to those officials. We got to see if this flag is going to take it away. Gay to add the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Colts cut the lead down to just 2. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. On the return, here comes Davis. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with Montgomery. And this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Staying on the ground with Montgomery. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Making the stop that time, Nick Cross. No gain on 2nd down, and they need 2 here on 3rd. So we're through 3 here. It's Chargers football as they try to hang on to a lead in a close game. Third and just 2 to go. to the air with love. Buys time, rolling right. Oh, he's going to run for it.
Positive yardage is positive yardage, and he gets what he can before protecting himself and getting out of bounds. But it still leaves him a little bit short of the first on what looked like a broken play.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. He's keeping it. He's going for it. And he will get the first as they touch him down.
One thing you cannot say, Kate, about this offense is they're not bold. That was a bold decision. One, they trusted the big guys up front, and they moved the sticks.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
They did it! He made the interception! Jack Jones has got it!
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Throwing from the pistol, Richardson. Short pass brought in.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for completion. That's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. He sent a man in motion. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. He's got it to his running back. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They'll keep this drive moving after a big 18-yard pickup on 4th down. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. They'll throw again. Richardson. On target to his man Taylor. 16 yards on the play. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
The drive picks up here. 1st and 10. From the gun, Taylor. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Taylor again. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run, but I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Taylor makes the catch. And he drives this down to the 8 before going out.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates now as a receiver in the open field.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Throwing with a blitz on the way. And he's out of bounds at the 3. Nearly got to the end zone there. 4 yards on the play, and that picks up a 1st and goal.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get him enough yards for the 1st, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Well, they've certainly got the field goal in their back pocket, but they're going to try for the touchdown first here and goal to go. 1st and goal. Here's Taylor. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Another shot for Taylor. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Colts trail by a couple. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. And he has the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts have taken the lead late. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Extra point converted by Gay. And the Colts jump in front now by 5.
Chargers 23.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. On return, here comes Davis. And look at this return. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40.
Hey, Kate, the best kick returners I was ever around, really at any level, they want this opportunity. They want their chance to help their team. They know they're down, but they also know that return, especially a good one like this, can set the offense up for success.
So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Chased out to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. He'll look to throw it. He rolls to his right. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 30 yards on that one. And it brings up an LA first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Setting up to pass. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Back to throw. It is cut left side. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Third and 4 coming up now. To throw. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. 2 timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Love. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. This one intended for the running back. So second down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Second and 10. Love trying again. The throw is caught. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. LA uses a timeout here. It's second. Still 1 more in their pocket to use.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Now from the 6 after that last play. Here's second and goal. One final shot here. And the hit separates the football, and that is what ends this game. What a play! So the Colts pick up the win in this one. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Colts are winners as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.